That is certainly a great piece of advice. I'm going to talk about the road forecast here coming up in just a little bit. So where do we stand? Well, we're about 48 hours out from this starting, so we're talking about altering plans and getting the needed supplies tonight or tomorrow. We are past the timing and amount and the location. We know where it's going to be. We know about how much ice we are going to see, and we know the impacts are going to be high in parts of East Texas. So tomorrow, how are the roads? The roads are fine. They'll be wet at times with some rain coming through, especially in the afternoon, but this is important. No ice tomorrow. A slick spot or two still possible when the roads get wet, especially if they mix with any oils on the streets. Saturday and Saturday night, different story. We're going from green to red, okay? Now you're talking about freezing rain, and that freezing rain causing the roads to become icy, especially by late afternoon and especially Saturday night. Sunday morning, anything that's liquid that survives Saturday afternoon will freeze solid Sunday morning. So some roads could be impassable, especially trying to go up an untreated hill or something of that nature, or down a hill. You could just slide without being able to get any traction. All right, let me walk you through this, and we're going to take quite a bit of time here on this Future Skycast, and we'll start this tomorrow morning. Temperatures are in the 50s. We have light rain, no worries of ice. But look what happens around noon. Now we start to pick up the precipitation a little bit, and the cooler air starts to sneak down to about Interstate 30. By 4 o'clock, out just to the north of the DFW, you start to see some of that icy weather starting to move across the Red River. By 8 p.m. Friday, now it's down almost to Interstate 20. Temperatures near I-30 are at freezing or below. Now we start to run into some problems here. Friday night up to the north, Mount Pleasant, Linden, Sulphur Springs, you could see some icing on the roadways. We're still in the mid-40s over deep East Texas. And this is why they still have the winter storm watch and have not been upgraded to the winter storm warning, because overnight into Saturday, they're still in the 40s while we watch the temperatures drop into the upper 20s. When that starts to happen, that is typically when the ice starts to form on the streets. But we have to get that street temperature down to freezing, right? But that typically can happen when you get air temperatures around 28 degrees. And we see that across most of the area through Saturday at 7 a.m. Saturday afternoon, if this plays out, we could get a little bit of a break, maybe 3-4 hours for some of that maybe to melt a little bit. I would not expect a whole lot of it to melt. And then Saturday night, the main show comes in with freezing rain, maybe mixing with some sleet at the tail end, but it could be heavy at times, especially as we head into Sunday morning. So the Weather Prediction Center just upgraded this today. We are now in what they would term a storm severity index of major. That means considerable disruptions anywhere in red, avoiding travel, widespread closures, and power outages are possible. And that's because when you see how much the computer data is spitting out in terms of accumulation, it is a very real possibility to see 1/100 of an inch to about 1/10 of an inch south of Interstate 20 from Tyler up to the northeast, especially Longview over toward the Arklatex. You're talking about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of ice, and there is some talk of even 1 inch of ice when you get into southwest Arkansas. So ice accumulations can begin with 1/10 of an inch with a light glaze on the roadways. 1/4 of an inch causes roads to become icy, tree limbs to sag, and numerous power outages to occur. Then at 1/2 inch, we're talking about dangerous travel, widespread tree damage, and long-term power outages possible. All right, here's your Baylor Scott White Texas Spine and Joint Hospital 7-day forecast. Are you ready? We go into tomorrow again, 51, 90% chance of rain. Saturday, during the day, off and on until we make it to Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. That's when it really kicks in. Saturday night, Sunday morning, temperatures are dropping to 23 Sunday morning and falling even farther Sunday afternoon to around 22. 70% chance for this storm to end as some snow showers. We're down to 12 Monday morning. That's why we have the extreme cold watch and extreme cold warning in place. Then we thaw Monday afternoon, but another hard freeze Tuesday morning could cause some refreezing and some icy spots to redevelop. CBS 19 News at 5 returns right after this.